About the report that you have there in front of you, do you have any personal recollection from this particular accident? As you said here today.
Just the way I talked about it earlier, just, coming up to the run and initially not thinking there was anybody there and then seeing him. And I remember put him in the back. And for some runs, they just kind of stick with you if they're like in your area or whatever.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that right.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Even though we do make a lot of calls, medical calls, not all of them are like traumatic like this, so they kind of stick with you a little bit.
So when you got there, were you the first? Was fire the first to arrive?
Fire and us pulled up around the same time. So you had a fire truck and one ambulance there.
And so, were you with the fire truck or?
I'm on that. I'm on the ambulance.
Just so you know, poor report's going to kill us. We talk over each other.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's a very artificial thing that we do here. It's not a conversation. I've got to ask a question. You guys do an answer. Okay. So when you got there, you were part of the fire truck team or an ambulance team?
Ambulance.
Was that ambulance like a mobile ICU?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so you got there about the same time as the fire truck, correct?
Correct.
Were any San Antonio police or any other police on scene at the time you arrived?
I'm not sure because everything was happening so fast. I just worried about my job to do. I didn't really pay attention.
How long between the time you arrived and the time you started working on this renewal?
Probably just a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes or so from arriving to looking on this side and not seeing anything, and then walking around the car to look on the other side. That's when we noticed him.
Did San Antonio police alert you to a body being on the other side, or was that something y'all discovered on your own?
I think it might have been PD, kind of like we all got there around the same time, probably, and they might have said something. I'm not too sure.
And when you first arrived, did you see the body on the other side of the car?
No.
Okay. And you said you walked up to the driver's side and you didn't see the body from that side at all, correct?
Correct. Excuse me.
Commissioner Urias, I appreciate you answering my questions. I'm going to pass it.
No further questions, Judge.
All right, is the witness excused or subject to recall?
Excuse me.
Excused?
Also excused, Judge.
All right. If you'll leave the microphone behind for the court reporter, the silver microphone, yes. The rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone or view anything about this trial until the trial has concluded. Do you understand? All right, you may step down. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 10-minute break. There's a matter that I need to take up outside your presence. It's unrelated to this trial. And you've heard some evidence in this case. Don't do any research. Do not think about this case unless you're sitting in those chairs, okay? Everyone, please rise for the jurors. Let's walk out. Yes, yes. Just leave it with the court reporter.
Thank you.
All right, Robert Porter and everyone, please be seated. Robert Porter, Lorraine Efron. Okay. Is this anyone's document? A male attorney? Yeah. So, what's the name on the top? Is it? Oh. Okay.
Sorry. No. It's probably
All right,
frantic in the back.
okay. All right, Norma. They need a jury trial date this week. Hilliard, they need a jury trial this week. I'm sorry, not this week, this month. All right. All right, thank you. So, oh, no problem. So, yeah. Oh, you're gonna do fabulous. You do better than I am. You know why? It's because I'm going to watch from the couch. Okay, awesome. Oh, you're welcome. All right, Hilliard is done and no, he's not. I mean, do y'all want to try this tomorrow? And have him here by Zoom in the morning? Is the defense available?
Can't hold them over.
Is this a repeat? It's just a.
Yeah.
Brought an extra one, so I didn't have to make a copy. Thank you. Okay.
I gotta finish this stuff next time.
Okay.
We got it done, yeah.
Okay. Thank
And the file on. And so, each.
Yes.
He was kind of walking earlier, but they was telling him that the stuff thing was working. Cause I don't know if it's something on like that end.
I'm saying he's not gonna be interested.
That's on the speaker, so it's fine.
No, let's see. All right, Joseph Dominguez, what day did we get that?
I'm not sure what.
He's on page 4. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, and then Ortiz, that's with Matthew Brown. Norma, what is happening with Ortiz? Okay, yes. Yes. All right, are y'all okay with tomorrow? All right, so because we're gonna be starting trial, I'll need everybody to be here at 9. Yes. Yeah, thank you. And we'll take that up. If you let Miss Ferguson know, does your client need a reset form? Okay. All right, you're welcome. Thank you all. Just one second. They're coming back tomorrow. Yeah, and the defendant doesn't need a reset form. Yes.
True that he's downstairs. Or you do this real quick.
If they can bring him up.
Yeah.
Yes. Sure. All right, Norma, page 5, Noe Garcia.
I'm going to tomorrow too.
Okay.
Yes.
And then later when I.
Oh, yes, you can take it. Yeah, you can go to the restroom. All right, then Norma Stacy Brown. No, I said on Stacy Brown, you asked for it to be recalled and I said, put it in notes. No.
You want it for next week, I can do the Monday, the 18th.
All right, and what is he requesting on the 18th?
Or I can be back now.
Okay. All right, and what happened with Stephen Worthy on page 6? All right, that's going to be a judge's warrant. All right, and then Rico. Are you the same Michael Rodriguez who's placed on community supervision in 2024 CR 010228 for the offense of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon on November 19th, 2024 for a term of 8 years? Is that you? And are you the same Michael Rodriguez who's placed on probation in 2024 CR 5019 for the offense of forgery of a financial instrument on November 19th, 2024 for a period of 8 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Condition number. I think condition number 2, on or about the 25th day of November 2025 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Michael N. Rodriguez did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the supervision officer or duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? You need to speak up.
True.
Violated condition number 2, on or about the 15th day of October 2025 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Michael N. Rodriguez did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the supervision officer or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number 4, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Michael N. Rodriguez did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the month of January and February 2026 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State will waive the remainder.
Any objections? Did you understand by pleading true to violations 2, 2, and 4, the court could find it true in each of the motions, revoke you, and sentence you to 10 years in the prison in each cause? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 2, 2, and 4? Court will find 2, 2, and 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, the proposed agreement is to deny state's motion and alter and amend for status. Additionally, the state will take into consideration clause number 2026 PF 12831.
All right, is that the proposed agreement? Are you asking me to follow that agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal? All right, what's going on with you? Why are you not being successful? You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, why are you not being successful?
Just came off, not having a place to live and stuff, and couldn't get my ID or my social I have trades. I just couldn't get the job.
Well, why didn't you contact probation? Why didn't you contact your probation officer?
I did through email and,
No, I mean, telling them, these are the difficulties I'm having. Can you help me? Why didn't you do that?
I needed stuff and we acknowledged that and,
What do you mean we acknowledge that?
my probation officer, that I have a problem.
No. I mean, before we get to this point of you're not reporting for 2 months, why didn't you reach out to probation and say, I have a problem, I need help? Can you all help me?
It was kind of too late, after the fact of the 2 months stuff, then we called email,
No, it's never too late. But then my question goes back to, before all of this happened, you knew you had a problem. Why didn't you reach out to probation and ask for help?
That was embarrassed.
You're embarrassed for reaching out for help, but not the fact that you're on probation for 2 cases.
Just acknowledge, let my family down.
All right, I'm gonna give you a choice. One, I will follow your recommendation or I'll revoke you and I can sentence you to 4 years in the prison, to the prison in each case. Which do you prefer? All right. Court would deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include Sadaf, and he's to remain in custody until transfer. Is there anything else?
Nothing for the
There's one additional thing, is that minimal trespass that, we have, she said tomorrow, can't get a side until it's resolved and, it's part of the agreement.
Okay. All right, thank you. Good luck to you, okay? Thank you. God bless you too.
Okay.
Doesn't Vashon need to do conditions with him?
Doing a. Be that I can go and grab her.
All right, thank you.
You go to the back. Back. She's, we're gonna go call her. Okay, cool. Second.
Oh, and All right, everyone, please be seated. State, call your next witness.
The state calls crime scene investigator Angela Salvateria.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, thank you. You can have a seat. If you'll put that gray microphone somewhere in your shirt, it's for the court reporter can hear. And for some reason, the microphones are not working, so if you'll keep your voice up so everyone can hear you.
Sure.
State.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Judge, did you?
I'm sorry? Yes, I did swear in.
Can you restate your name for the jury?
My name is Angela Salvatierra. The last name is spelled Salvatierra.
And how are you currently employed?
I am a crime scene investigator for the San Antonio Police Department.
How long have you been with San Antonio Police?
I am in my 27th year and 1 month.
When you say that you're a crime scene investigator, does that mean that you're a civilian employee with the San Antonio Police Department, or are you licensed?
I am a civilian employee with the San Antonio Police Department.
And can you just describe to the jury what type of training you have to undergo to become a crime scene investigator with the San Antonio Police Department?
Yes. At the beginning of when we first come on to the department, you're hired on, and then we go through 320 hours of, at the time, it was state certified training through TCOL. During that time, we learn anything from documenting a crime scene through photography, video, sketching, how to identify items of evidence, and then collecting them and preserving them.
And your entire career, have you been with the crime scene investigation unit?
Yes, I have.
Now, what are your duties as a crime scene investigator with the San Antonio Police Department?
So as a crime scene investigator, my main duties are to respond to major crime scenes in order to identify, document, collect, and preserve any physical evidence that's found there.
So were you employed as a crime scene investigator with the San Antonio Police Department on March 25th of 2020?
Correct.
And what shift were you in on that day?
I was on the night shift, the dog watch shift.
And how long did that?
The hours, the time, during that time, I believe we were working from 9 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning.
And were you dispatched to the intersection of Provan and South Alamo Street on that day?
Yes, I believe so.
Is that, what type of location is that?
So it's like a mixed residential commercial area. It's got, I believe it's the Blue Star shopping area there and restaurants. And then there is also living residential, like community apartments and stuff like that, and small houses within the area.
And is that area located in Bear County, Texas?
Yes, it is.
And is it a public place?
Yes, it is.
Do you recall the SAPD case number that was associated with the call that you responded to on that day?
I believe I do, but I prefer to refer to my report.
Okay,
Just
so
to confirm.
at the time that you responded to the call or shortly thereafter, did you generate a report that documented what you did in the case?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and would that help you refresh your memory to do a copy?
Yes, please.
So I'm showing you what has been marked as State's Exhibit number or State's Exhibit B for identification purposes. Can you take a look at that and tell me if that is a fair and accurate copy of the report that you generated at the time?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So can you please state what was the SAPD number associated with the call that you responded to?
Yes, it's case number SAPD 23064673.
And do you recall why you were dispatched to that location?
Yes, it was for a fatality accident.
And can you just describe the scene that you encountered upon arrival at the location?
So when I first arrived at the location, I believe EMS personnel were working on an individual who was involved in the incident. It was a white Tesla that was involved. That was a vehicle that was involved. The information I was provided was that the vehicle had struck a pedestrian. And the vehicle had come to rest in I believe it was the northwest wall of the location that was there, the exterior of the building, just underneath some barred windows.
Now, specifically regarding the Tesla that you observed, did you observe any damage to that motor vehicle?
Yes, there is extensive front end damage to the vehicle.
Did you make any observations about whether that motor vehicle was on or off at the time?
Yes, I did. The vehicle was still had power.
And what about, did you make any observations regarding any?
The airbags had been deployed on the vehicle.
Did you observe any blood on scene?
Yes, I did.
Do you recall where you located that?
The blood was on the front passenger side of the vehicle, around where the A pillar or the front windshield, which is the A pillar on the passenger side, comes to kind of contact to the actual like front hood and front right quarter panel.
Yeah, and I guess describe to the jury when you make the scene as a crime scene investigator, the process that you go to, you know, process the scene, document everything, and then preserve.
Sure. So at the beginning, when we first arrive at the scene, we kind of think of it as scene management. So we're going through and we're assessing, what do we have? You know, is this a shooting? Is it a stabbing? Is this a vehicle accident? So in this case, it was an incident involving the vehicle and a pedestrian, where the victim was found deceased at the scene. After that, once we do that, we'll go through and start our initial documentation phase, which is what we call our in situ photographs. The photographs that we find as is before I place any placards or introduce any scales into any evidence. We take photographs of the scene as it is. While we're doing that, TID, which is our Traffic Investigations Division, will usually be on scene and they're performing their functions, such as we're looking at roadway evidence, tire markings in the roadway, and they'll start to paint that with colored paint. So it's easier for them to visualize and get their measurements from. We will then start photographing those things as they're introduced into the scene. After that is done, I will lay down my placards to identify the actual items of evidence, which I'm going to be collecting and further documenting. We do that with numerical yellow placards, numbers on there. And then after that, we will go through and I did a sketch in this particular case. And then we will collect the items of evidence, bring them back and fingerprint them, any items that may need to be further processed. Then we package them in a manner that they're preserved until trial.
Now, regarding any fingerprinting or swabbing that is done, are you the person that does that?
Yes.
Okay, but is it your responsibility to get it sent off to the lab, or is that somebody else's responsibility?
No, I believe that's the follow-up detective.
Now, did you take photos in this case?
Yes, I did.
So I'm going to show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit number 3 through 40. You can just take a look at those and tell me if you recognize what is depicted in State's Exhibit number 3 through 40 inclusive.
Yes, these are the photographs that I took at the scene.
Okay. And are they a fair and accurate depiction of what you observed on scene on the offense date?
Yes, they are.
Judge, at this time, the state is offering state exhibits 3 through 40 and tendering to defense for inspection.
And I'm sorry, could you repeat the numbers again? All right, thank you. All right, state's exhibits 3 through 40 is admitted without objection.
Permission?
Granted.
CSI all material. So I'm gonna publish the state's exhibits. If you're unable to view them from the screen that's in front of you, feel free to turn around. And look at the big screen.
Okay.
So can you please explain to the jury what AR's exhibit number 3?
Yes, this is the street sign at Pro Brand.
And what about state's exhibit number 4?
And this would be the street sign at South Alamo Street.
State's exhibit number 5.
This is an overall view of looking back. I'm on Probant at the intersection of Alamo and Probant, looking back towards that wall where the vehicle has struck.
State's exhibit 11 or 6.
This would be an overall view of the markings that I was talking about that traffic investigations would place, showing the roadway evidence of that vehicle.
And I guess specifically regarding roadway evidence, is that something that's documented by the traffic investigation detail?
Correct.
Okay. Exhibit number 7, what is?
This is another overall picture of me doing an approach from those markings to the vehicle.
Exhibit.
This is another approach from those same markings towards the same vehicle.
And is State's Exhibit number 9 the same?
Yes, it is.
What is depicted in State's Exhibit number 10?
That would be a close-up image of the rear of the Tesla vehicle.
What about State's Exhibit number 11?
So as you come around from that wall, along the sidewalk there, we identified a white Croc brand slide type sneaker or slide type plastic shoe. And it had some of those like decorative giblet, I guess that's what they're called, the little colored decals that they'll put on the Crocs.
And is that what's depicted right here?
Correct.
And then I guess regarding this building, area that we see in State's Exhibit number 11, is that what you had referred to as the brick at Blue Star area?
Yes.
Okay. And what is depicted in State's Exhibit number 12?
So this is just another view of that same Croc coming back and looking in the opposing direction back towards that intersection at Proant and Alamo Street.
So from this vantage point, are you standing closer to the side of the brick at Blue Star as opposed to the
Yes.
train tracks on the program?
Yes, correct.
And State's Exhibit number 13.
This is just another mid-range photograph of that shoe, also giving a distance establishing photograph from where that Croc is located to the edge of the sidewalk here.
State's Exhibit for 14.
This is an interior close-up view or mid-range view of the interior of the driver's side front seat.
State's Exhibit 15.
This is just another closer image depicting a cell phone case, and then the small circular and the white little box there. I believe that's going to be a lens for a camera, a photographic camera.
And State's Exhibit number 16 and 17. Are those just closer ups of what we just viewed in State's Exhibit 15?
Correct.
And what about State's Exhibit 18?
So this would be after the incentive photographs, as I've started to place those placards for items of evidence that I will be collecting. There is one on by the cell phone, and then the number 2 in the driver's front floorboard.
And State's Exhibit number 14, is that just closer up of what we saw?
Correct.
And what about State's Exhibit number 20?
After lifting the leg airbags of the Tesla, we identified another white Croc. This would be the right foot, I believe it was.
And regarding State's Exhibit number 21, is that just showing the evidence placard that was assigned to those items?
Yes.
And I guess all 3 of them were they package shots, number 3.
I believe it was the cell phone. I don't remember was the cell phone and then the cell phone case.
State's Exhibit 22. And I'll show State's Exhibit number 23, a closer up of State's Exhibit number 22.
Correct.
And are you able to read what is depicted in State's Exhibit number 23?
Yes, it's the emergency contact that you can pull up on a cell phone. And it was indicated for Robert Castillo, a 29-year-old. Do you want me to continue reading what's on there?
That's fine. And can you individually what is being depicted in Exhibit number 20?
So this is the window along that brick wall that I was explaining, and it's got the metal bars in front of it. E4 is identifying some possible human tissue along with hairs.
Exhibit 25.
That's just a close-up version of that same window ledge, the lower ledge.
And is 26.
Yes, this is a close-up version that actually shows the hairs down along this lower ledge. You can, it's kind of hard from your printout there. but lower down right here. And then you've got what appeared to be some flesh type material up above there where you were first pointing out.
Number 27.
This is the passenger side front door of the vehicle, and hanging at the bottom of the closed door is the seat belt, or a portion of the seat belt.
Now it's 28, so closer up of that.
Yes, it is.
What about exhibit number 29?
This would be the apparent blood that I stated coming down from the A pillar on the passenger side to the front quarter panel of the vehicle, as well as you can see it on the hood. And then we had some hairs and blood and possible human flesh located in the embedded in the windshield.
Exhibit number 30.
It's just a different angle of that same area I described.
Exhibit 31, the same.
Yes, and just coming up from another, because that's on a rounded surface, we will want to take different photographs showing that it's actually a rounded surface coming up from it.
On exhibit number 32, is that showing that same surface?
Yes, it is. I'm also showing the surface, as well as you'll notice the gap from the B pillar, or I'm sorry, the A pillar going to that center the front passenger quarter panel.
Is this what you're referring
Yes, you'll see that gap.
to? And what is depicted in exhibit number 33?
This would be a closer up image of the front windshield there on the passenger side. And then your image, you'd have to look at it from the photograph itself, but there are small little hairs that you can see in the image as well.
And exhibit 34.
That was a pair of reading or eyeglasses, clear eyeglasses.
And it's 35. A different vantage point of his eyeglasses.
Yes, it's located on the ground to the right or to the south of the passenger side of the Tesla.
Exhibit number 36.
This is after opening up the front passenger door of the Tesla, where we found 2 additional items of evidence. E9 was a water bottle collected from the front seat. And then E8 is a firearm, a handgun, wedged in between the seat and the door jamb of the Tesla.
And is exhibit 37, just a closer up of that.
Yes,
And then exhibit number 38.
it's a close-up of the firearm.
And then what is depicted in exhibit number 39?
This would be the front end damage to the Tesla.
Exhibit number 40.
We've identified some possible hairs that were wedged in the Tesla emblem, as well as that longer piece there that you could see was stuck to the front hood area.
Now regarding the metal rod iron bar that we saw that had some material on it, did you make any significant observations about the state that it was in? Or did it appear to be and straight, or did it appear to have some damage?
It was damaged. It had a slight bow to it within the metal, and it appeared to me to be fairly fresh. As you can see, the paint chips in that bowing, and that's what this actual picture is depicting, showing you how it's coming off in a bowed manner there.
And this is Stacy exhibit number 25 that we're reviewing, but is this what you're speaking of?
Correct.
Now regarding the items of evidence that you had actually collected, did you bring some of those items to the court today at my direction?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now regarding seizing physical evidence from a crime scene, when you seize that evidence, can you just explain to the jury how you go about packaging it and preserving it?
Okay, so the items are collected at the scene, either in brown paper bags or yellow manila-like envelopes. They're sealed separately to help prevent cross-contamination or further contamination on the items. We'll bring them back to the office. If additional photographs are required, then we will photograph them for additional items of evidence. In this case, I don't believe I needed to do any of that. That way they could stay in their pristine state from when I collected them from the scene to when they go to a crime lab. We will seal them up with clear tape and then secure them with a red evidence tape. And then that's transferred it over to our temporary property holding facility at 401 South Frio Street. And then from there, the items are picked up and taken to the property room.
So when you do seize a physical property, is it documented under the S&P case number?
Yes,
Okay, and then, when you are in the process of storing it, do you create a barcode to then check it into the S&P property?
yes, we do. Inventory barcode label.
And you do that.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
You want my order? The firearm. EA8 is the holster. 10 is the mag. And then my
So I'm gonna be showing you what has been marked as states exhibits 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. Now can you tell me, were these items seized under SAPD case number 23064673?
Yes, they were.
Okay, now regarding state exhibit number 41, what is that?
41 is a one white croc slide with 3 giblets, size 11. It is the left foot.
Okay, and did you document that in your report?
Yes, I did.
And what was that labeled as on scene by you?
As evidence item E1.
Okay, now regarding state exhibit number 42, what is contained within state exhibit number 42?
Number 42 is my evidence number E2. It has one white croc slide with 3 giblets, a size 11. It is the right shoe.
And what was that labeled as by you on scene?
It is labeled as E2 in my report.
And just regarding state exhibits 41 and 42, can you please tell the jury where 41 and 42 were located?
41 was located by the north entry doors of the location that I pointed out that was on the ground there on the sidewalk area. 42, which is my E2, was located in the front driver's floorboard underneath the leg airbags.
Okay, and then state exhibit number 43, what is contained within state exhibit number 43?
States Exhibit 43 is my evidence number E8. It is one semi-auto handgun. It is a Glock 43. It's a 9mm. It's Austria. The serial number is B as in Bravo, Z as in Zulu, R as in Romeo, P as in Paul, 208, and it is black in color.
And then for states exhibits 44, what is that?
44 is my state's exhibit or my exhibit, my evidence item number E8A. It is A because it's a subcategory. It is the holster, a black holster that was on E8, the firearm.
And what about states exhibit number 45?
States Exhibit 45 is my evidence item number E10. It is a empty Glock 9mm magazine. The size of it is to hold 16 rounds. And this one was found in the console, the center console of the vehicle.
Now, regarding states exhibits 41 through 45 inclusive, do you recognize these to be the barcodes created by you under the SAPD case number 23064673?
Yes, I do.
And were all of these items collected by you on scene and logged into the property room?
Yes, they were.
Your Honor, at this time, the state offers states exhibits 41 through 45 inclusive.
Any objection? All right, States Exhibit 41 through 45 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Granted.
Can you go ahead and we'll go in order to publish states exhibit 41 to the jury. You need to-
Yes, please. You want me to open it now?
Yes, please.
You want me to take it out?
Okay, so it's states exhibit number 41, that white crock that you had described that you collected.
Correct, it is.
And if you get to do states exhibit 42. And is that companion white crock?
Yes, it is.
And if you could start opening 43, well, 44 and 45, please.
Do you want me to remove it?
Yes. And I guess states exhibit number 43 is a firearm. Has it been made safe for the court?
Yes, it has been rendered safe. It is zip tied.
Thank you. And is this the firearm that was located in that white Tesla motor vehicle?
I see it. Yes, it is the matching serial number and it has my initials on it.
And if you could start 44. Wait, what is? And then
That will be
also-
the magazine and the live rounds that were in the firearm.
And I guess just for safety purposes, when it's placed in the property room, are you required to remove the magazine and any live rounds that are contained within the firearm?
Yes, we do, for both safety and further contamination.
Okay. And so what is this that we're looking at?
That would be the magazine that was inside the firearm. And then that would be the live rounds from that were within the magazine that were in the firearm. You want all of them out? Or just one?
No, I'm not. And how many did you notate were contained within the magazine?
12 live rounds. They should be stamped Hornady 9mm Luger with a year of 2022.
And are these the live rounds that were contained within that magazine that we?
Correct.
Okay, now we can get started on State's Exhibit 44.
That would be the black holster that was holding the firearm of E8.
And then State's Exhibit 45.
This would be the magazine that was found in the center console, and it was empty.
Okay, so this is an additional 9mm magazine that was located in the center console.
Correct.
Okay, and regarding, I guess, the brand and the caliber, is that matched to the firearm that was located?
It is the same brand and it is the same caliber, but I can't say that it's the same match for that firearm.
Okay. Can I have that? Okay. Now, other than collecting evidence on scene and documenting scenes with photos, once you did all of those things and logged the property and property room, was that the end of your involvement?
Correct, it was.
Who possible?
All right, defense.
Good afternoon, Ms. Salvatierra.
Okay.
My name's David McLean and I represent Robert Castillo. For whatever reason, you do not understand the question that I asked you, please let me know. I'm happy to review it. I told one of the witnesses I asked that questions.
Okay.
If you do answer a question of mine, can I assume that you understood the question?
Yes.
Thanks. So, I was reviewing your report. And it said something about, a male and a female had been observed in the direct vehicle walking around that scene. Were you able to get any information regarding those people?
No, I was not.
Were they present when you were there?
No, I do not believe so. I had no contact with them.
Do you remember who told you about that and how you got that information?
These were just statements that were being made out at the scene. So no, I do not.
So when EMS told you that, you didn't document down who told you that or who these people were?
No.
Weapon that you found in the vehicle, where was that located again?
Was located on the passenger front, in the door, between the passenger front door, passenger front seat and the door jamb, like the plastic door railing, in the Tesla.
So on the right-hand side of the passenger between the seat and the door.
Correct.
Was that gun still in its holster?
Yes, it was.
Was there a magazine in it with live rounds?
Yes, there was.
Do you know if that gun had been tested as to whether or not that gun had been fired?
I have no idea.
You said you found the other magazine in the center console,
I found a magazine in the center console.
and that was your evidence number 10,
Yes,
State's Exhibit 45.
I believe so. Yes.
Was the center console open or closed when you located that magazine?
I believe it was closed.
Believe or do you remember?
I could not, no, I don't remember.
Okay, that's a fair answer. You
Mhm.
don't know, you don't know.
Yep.
It's okay. Okay.
Yes.
Sure, okay. So this is State's Exhibit 10 that we looked at earlier. This is the back of the Tesla booth. Do you recall taking that picture?
Yes, I do.
Do you know that when you were taking pictures that night, you were taking pictures of bullet holes?
No, I did not.
When you were inspecting the vehicle, you paid some particular attention looking for hairs and small pieces of what you were calling human tissue and things like that.
Mhm.
All that testimony?
Yes.
Okay. When you took this picture, did you inspect the back of that vehicle very well?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Would it surprise you that there is a hole in the back bumper of that vehicle?
It would not surprise me, no.
I'm a rookie at this, please forgive me. So you see right above the lower reflector,
Yes.
you see that hole?
You mean above it?
Yes.
Okay. Correct, here.
See right there.
Yeah. Yes.
See that hole?
Yes.
Did you inspect that hole when you took these pictures?
I believe we looked at them and there was also another defect to the vehicle over on the left-hand side of the bumper there, the driver's side.
Here,
And this area here too with some car damage here.
right around here?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Yes, those dark marks, they're just above where your finger was at.
You can
Above here?
point to this screen.
Right here.
Okay. All right. And did you look at the center down here below? This area here?
We looked at it, yes.
Was there a hole there?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. In your training and experience, have you taken scene or photos and done inspections of scenes where bullet holes had been made?
Yes, I have.
Do these match in your training and experience what would be considered bullet holes?
No, they do not. For my experience.
Okay. And so that bullet hole that you see right there, if there was another bullet hole right below it where you can see pretty much a trajectory straight through, that wouldn't match a bullet hole.
Well, I wouldn't call it a bullet hole. It's just a defect.
Okay. All right. Did anyone inform you that they had heard shots that night?
Yes, I had heard that.
Okay. What investigation did you do to determine whether or not this vehicle had been struck by any kind of bullets or had any damage from shots?
Other than a visual inspection, we did none.
Okay. Search warrant was issued in January 2025 to inspect this vehicle and determine if bullet holes were in fact made into this vehicle. Were you involved in that at all?
No, I was not.
To your recollection, do you remember how many pictures you took in your investigation of this crime scene?
Yes, I do. Approximately 301.
And how many pictures were you instructed by the state to bring today?
I don't bring any pictures at all. I wasn't instructed to bring any. They provided them for me.
And how many pictures were provided today?
You'd have to count them up.
Approximately 37.
Approximately. I would have to count them.
Okay, and that was out of how many pictures?
301.
300.
Yes.
Okay. How many items of evidence did you collect?
I collected 15 items of evidence.
And did you provide the evidence that we see here today at the instruction of the state, or did you provide that to them?
The instruction of the state.
And I appreciate you answering the questions. Thank you very much. I'll pass it to Mr.
Any further questions? Yes.
This would be another of the show the state of this tire. This is apparent blood from the back of the head of the deceased male. That's the image of the photo or photo of the cell phone that was found on the front seat.
And human. On that photo, it said that that emergency contact was to Robert Castillo, 29 years old, 200 pounds, 5'11".
Correct.
What is depicted here?
This is more roadway evidence that's been highlighted or painted by the traffic investigations detectives for the rear driver back area of the vehicle. So on the other images that we saw before, I was pretty much in line or linear to the blood stain that was on the front. I've now slightly moved to the right of that stain, again, showing its location from the side corner panel to the front hood and the glass.
What is depicted here?
This would be a water bottle from the front seat that I collected.
In this
So this is the deceased individual. He was picked up by EMS and placed in the back of the EMS unit. So when the medical examiner arrived on scene, I began taking photographs of the body. I don't know.
what is that photo?
That would be EMS picking up the individual, the deceased individual.
Here, do you know what it's-
I believe that's the back driver's side seat area. Again, another picture of the approach to the vehicle.
So that's, I mean, by my count, I've kind of seen the variation of this photo like 3 times. Is that kind of going into why there's so many photos in this case?
Correct.
What is depicted here?
So this is a distance establishing photo between the wall, that brick wall, and the front of the Tesla.
What is depicted in this photo?
This would be the seatbelt buckle that is at the base of the passenger front door.
You know what it's photo?
I believe I'm taking a picture of the cell phone that's in the deceased male's pocket.
This photo.
This again is just to show another backed up approach of the intersection.
And as we can see, at the intersection, the street sign is showing program, is that correct?
Correct.
And what is depicted in this photo?
There was a white black baseball cap with that P on it, and it had glass fragments on it, and I collected it.
What is
This is the overall side view of the driver's side of the vehicle.
brought in this photo?
I believe that's the front driver's side tire. Another image of the blood stain that was located at the front passenger side.
What is this?
EMS is working on the, well, I can't tell you if that's EMS or if that's the medical examiner's hands, but it's someone working on the individual's head. So it's roadway evidence further back from the initial start of where they found the roadway evidence by TID.
What's
That's my approach again.
what is this photo?
It's another image of one of the tires.
What is
Just a close-up image of the water bottle.
this photo?
Another approach of the roadway evidence for the vehicle.
This photo.
So from looking at this one, you'll notice that it's darker in the background rather than the foreground of that image. So these were taken at night. There was a huge amount of reflective surfaces out here from EMS vehicle, the vehicle, Tesla itself, the roadway reflectiveness of the crosswalk and the painted lines on the roadway, as well as the signs. So the camera will sometimes mismeter. And so I'll get an image where it's not as dark as I want it to be. So then I'll take another same picture of that same area with it lit up in the background.
So would you say, I mean, do you know if you were using flash or not on this photo?
There was a flash used on that particular
That
photo.
wouldn't be apparent lighting out there on screen, is that correct?
That one there, no, it would not. It's just a perspective view.
And what is depicted here?
So this is a close-up of some of that roadway evidence. To the top of it, you'll have the yellow dashed lines that TID makes. And then slightly there below it, you can see the darker. That would be the roadway evidence that TID is identifying.
Depicted in that.
This is just another image of the victim. So the darker picture that you had, I allowed for a longer exposure. It was too much exposure on this particular one, but we don't delete any of the images for integrity's sake in chain of custody. Just a back of the head injury to the victim. Just another view of him.
Excuse me? Does anyone need a break? All right, you may continue.
What is depicted in this photo?
This would be showing it's another approach towards the Croc shoe that's on the sidewalk there in front of the doors. Another approach from the roadway evidence to the vehicle. Again, it's there as well. You'll notice in this one, I've utilized, I'm on a timed exposure. So the image, in order to get this clarity or exposure to where it's the foreground and the background are evenly as possible matched, that I could get it. I'm highlighting it, then I'm going off to the side with my flashlight and I'm highlighting the roadway evidence as it goes over that curve that TID would like to, or that they wanted highlighted.
What is
This is an overall view of the passenger side of the vehicle. And again, here, because it's so dark, I've utilized, you can see the ring of my flashlight highlighting the vehicle. This is just an overall aerial view of the deceased individual.
what here? All this area, do you know what that is?
It could possibly be urine or body fluids. I do not know.
What is depicted in this photo?
So this is where I've gone around more, again, continuing that angle, coming around the blood stain, showing it on the front passenger area of the vehicle.
Photo?
Just an overall of the intersection and approach before traffic had laid their paint. That's the image of the front driver's seat with the cell phone. This is an image of EMS is standing there, and then that's the front of the vehicle on the passenger side.
I guess regarding the passenger side door on the floor, but you noticed during your investigation.
There was apparent blood that's down there, as well as there was a pair of eyeglasses, like clear glass eyeglasses. And then you can see the seatbelt sticking out as well.
What is depicted in this?
It's another approach to the vehicle.
What is depicted?
This, I'm trying to get the angle to show the indentation of that lower piece to the window bars. This is just another approach. So now I'm towards the back of the vehicle, looking back towards the intersection where the roadway evidence originated.
What's depicted in this photo?
This is the front passenger seat with evidence item number E3, the cell phone.
What is depicted in this photo?
Just an overall view from toe to head of the individual. This would just be another, looks like it's probably from doing a pan of a 360. So I like to get in the middle of an intersection if an intersection is involved, and I will do a 360-degree pan around that area to show any businesses, any surveillance video footage cameras from other businesses that could be relevant for the detectives. This is a close-up image of the concrete or the brick base area with the metal bar, the base of the metal bar damage to that window. E8 is a close-up image of the firearm. It's another, I've stepped further away from the vehicle, it appears, in my approach back towards where the initial paint markings from TID originated. Just an overall scene. This is probably another one of the shots from the 360 going around the middle of the intersection there. This is the front driver's side of the vehicle with the door open. This is the from chest to toe of the victim. This is an image of the front hood area of the vehicle on the driver's side. I wanted to show the waffling of the front hood.
Is there anything significant about the front windshield that you noticed?
It is broken on both the passenger side, and I believe there are also indications of breakage to the driver's side.
What's the picture?
This is me highlighting the roadway evidence that TID has marked with their yellow paint on that curb approaching the vehicle. So I've stepped away. The incident is over to my left as you look at this one, and I'm just showing that overall area from where my vehicle is located out here across that center concrete island and then back over to this area here. It's just another image lined up with the center of the A pillar or the passenger side of that vehicle near the bloodstain.
All right, can I have parties approach?
That was the one I just described. Yeah. Do you want me to do it again?
What is depicted in this photo?
This is the back wheel area and back of the driver's side of the vehicle.
And those yellow markings testified were made by the traffic investigation results, is that correct?
Correct.
What is depicted in this photo?
So you can see that I'm ring lighting again with my flashlight. It's just with the rear door open of the back driver's area.
This photo, what is?
This is an in situ photo prior to placing the numerical placards of the bottle on the front passenger seat and then the firearm that was wedged between the passenger and the door jamb.
What's
It's just an overall view again of the intersection.
this photo?
This is a close-up of the 3 giblets, is what I guess they're called, for the Croc shoe.
What is this photo?
This is another image back. So to my left would be where the accident incident is, and I'm looking back towards Alamo, the intersection of Alamo and Probant.
You previously testified that This right here's
Correct,
your CSI part.
correct.
What is depicted in this?
So it's another distance establishing photo of the front damage to the Tesla and that brick wall.
What is
This would be the emblem from the front hood of the Tesla and the apparent hairs that are located there. I can't tell from this view.
here? What is
Another approach of the roadway evidence.
rock? Look out the fire and located in the vehicle.
Correct,
Dot this 8 and 9 did and mark on Walker.
correct. The close-up view of the Tesla emblem with the apparent hairs.
Other view of the roadway evidence.
Yes, it is.
What is depicted there?
It's depicted the overhead view of the face of the deceased individual.
Is that photo taken with the EMS?
He's inside the EMS unit, yes.
Not just another photo of the vehicle in its final resting place?
Correct,
Not just another photo of that vehicle in the final resting place?
correct.
What is depicted in this photo?
So this is after the record drivers have removed the vehicle from the wall so that I can do a better examination of the front end damage to the vehicle.
And what is this photo?
I believe those are the hands of the medical examiner, and it may be the wallet or not collected by me, but was found on the deceased individual.
Not just another vantage point with impact of that light Tesla?
Yes,
Not just another tire that was photographed?
correct.
This photo is just another vantage point of the intersection, is that correct?
Yes,
This photo is just another vantage point of the point of impact, is that correct?
yes,
Got another photo of the firearm that was located in the vehicle?
yes. It's an overhead view of looking through the holster. That's actually the barrel of or a muzzle of the firearm.
What is depicted in that photo?
This is the another tire with the damages to the bumper area.
Where-
The rear, I believe that's the rear back driver's wheel with the depiction of the TID's paintings.
That there's a photograph of the iPhone that was located in the driver's seat,
Yes, it is.
and is that another photo of the victim in the restaurant?
Yes, it is.
What is depicted?
So I'm to the right or the south of the vehicle. You'll notice that it's on the other side of those highly reflective signs there. And it's just a further view or angle of that vehicle and how it's positioned to the wall.
And then regarding the railing that we see, do you know if it's located in that building?
Some of those are residential studios. Others are also like actual residents. People live there. That's just an angle from the passenger front area showing the waffling effect of the front hood, the damage to the front bumper area, as well as that front tire being turned and pushed in a little, the blood stain that's on the ground. And there should somewhere, if you were to zoom in, be the glasses that were found there.
That another photo of the complainant in the EMS?
Yes, it is with the medical examiner.
That just another vantage point of that intersection?
Yes,
another vantage point of the point of impact?
Yes.
What's depicted in this photo?
This is again that the brick wall or window ledge underneath, trying to show the bow of the metal bars at that window.
Depicted in-
It appears to be apparent blood, but I could not say with certainty if that's blood or if it's going to just be a transfer, a color transfer.
What is depicted in this photo?
That would be a close-up view of the apparent blood from the hood area of the vehicle.
What's depicted in this photo?
This would be the feet area of the deceased individual. I believe that they placed his backpack on it.
And what is the
It's just I'm trying to work that light in order to get that overall view. I was trying to step in front of, but still get a large enough view of the roadway area to the left there, the vehicle, and then its impact to the wall. And try to step in front of those two reflective signs that I talked about earlier.
lighting? So is that a very accurate depiction of the lighting circumstances at the time of the photo, or are you using flash?
In this particular one, this is, you have the natural ambient light around with then me doing a flashlight towards the damaged area.
That just another photo of the fire water bottle.
Yes, it is.
What is depicted?
This is the center console area of the vehicle.
And I guess, do you recall in which area of the center console did you find that additional magazine?
I believe it was in the center console, like the lift where you would have to lift it.
So not depicted in this photo.
And no, I don't believe so.
What is depicted?
So this is the dash display of the Tesla.
And is that just another vantage point of the vent and those bars on the window?
Correct.
What is depicted in this photo?
It's again another image just off that corner of the building, showing the proximity of the vehicle to the Croc shoe on the concrete.
Got another vantage point of the burglar bar?
Yes, it is.
Is that another vantage point of the phone that was found?
Yes, it is.
What is depicted in this photo?
It's just showing the identifier for the Tesla vehicle, its license plate, Texas, P is in Paul, V is in Victor, V is in Vector, 5683.
What is
Another close-up of the damage to the bar and the possible biological evidence that was located on the brick ledge there.
Is this another vantage point of final resting place of that motor vehicle?
Yes, it is.
What is depicted in this photo?
It's another image of the vehicle and its relative location to the wall. It's the rear approach for the roadway evidence leading up to the vehicle.
So did the, I guess, at any time while you were on scene, did anyone associated with that Tesla motor vehicle come back to the scene to your knowledge?
No, not to my knowledge.
Make contact with anyone that was associated with that vehicle?
No, I did not.
Okay, so defense counsel had pointed out that there was some different defects in the bumper. Is that what you would refer to as a defect?
I would call that a defect, yes.
You testified that in your training and experience, you don't believe that it's consistent with a gunshot, is that correct?
No, I do not.
Um,
Visually.
visually, correct. So there, I guess in just regarding the inspection that you did, you said that you did a visual inspection. Is that
Yes.
correct? And so you wouldn't be able to testify to like when, where, or how that defect occurred to the vehicle.
No, I
correct?
would not.
And especially without speaking to the owner or operator of the motor vehicle, you'd be unable to do that. Is that correct?
Correct.
And what is depicted in this photo?
But just a close-up of the impact area, broken area with apparent biological material and hairs.
What is in this photo?
This is just another side view of the passenger front door and the seat belt, as well as the blood area located just outside the door there on the ground. So this is an aerial view of that passenger front quarter panel and hood area. I've lifted up just a little bit. Coming up over aerial will help show kind of crush factors a little better than just looking at something straight on.
What is in that photo?
This is another image of the driver's front seat area. So I took a poor image. It didn't focus well of that emblem of the hair that I did. So I just retook that other one to give the clearer image.
What is,
So this was a Sony camera that was found in one of the center console areas of the vehicle.
what is,
That's the passenger side door area as well as the back door, showing evidence item E8 and E9. That's the ledge at the window and the bar.
that just another vantage point of the final rest of this vehicle?
Yes, it is.
Got another passenger side of the vehicle.
Yes, to include the back tire of the passenger side and the paint from TID.
What is depicted?
It's just another angle showing towards the broken windshield with the possible biological material in air.
When you say possible biological material, are you referring to this?
Yes.
And what is depicted with this photo?
This is just an aerial view, kind of looking down again to help show crush factor for the front damages to the Tesla.
Another photo of the metal bars that you previously testified to.
Yes, it is.
Got another image of the photo, the camera that was found in the motor vehicle.
Yes, it is.
What is depicted in this photo?
This is the VIN plate on the interior door of the driver's side. It's just identifiers for that vehicle.
What is depicted in this photo?
It's just an accidental shot.
Got another photo of the final rest and face of that motor vehicle.
Yes, it is. I retook this image though in one of the other images. So it's in duplicate because you can see motion blur in this image where I think it was my strap from the camera was dangling and the wind was just subtle enough to move that camera because I was on a longer exposure.
What is,
This is the front driver's floorboard where we've lifted up the leg airbag, and it's the E number 2, the croc, the white croc.
this just a duplicate of what we've previously seen regarding the crush of the front motor vehicle?
Yes, it is.
Got yet another photograph of the passenger side of the vehicle.
Yes, it is.
Got another photograph of the back license plate of the vehicle.
Yes, it is.
What is depicted in?
So this is after the tow truck driver has pulled the vehicle back. I'm just down at a lower angle to show crush factor.
Got another image of the case that was located on the driver's side that motor vehicle?
Yes, it is. So overall of the driver's front seat with the cell phone as well as the floorboard area of the driver's side for E2. And then that's lifting the leg airbag to see the shoe. So that would be the passenger. I'm on the passenger side looking at the crush damage back towards the front of the vehicle. That's the medical examiner going over what's inside the wallet of the individual, the deceased individual.
Got another photo of the camera,
Yes, it is.
got another photo of the front end after it was moved by the tow truck,
Yes, it is.
got another photograph of the screen inside of the Tesla.
Yes.
What is it?
That's a view of the interior side of the center console. You can see the magazine located at towards the base down here at the very bottom where you see that red strip of plastic.
Just another photograph showing the final resting place and the overall the intersections there at Provant.
Yes, it's in a distance establishing photograph for where the vehicle came to rest and its distance between where that concrete island was.
What is that?
It's the damage to the front of the Tesla.
That a different damage, the damaged front of Tesla,
Yes, it is.
yet another one, is that correct?
Yes.
Got another photo of the side or passenger side of the Tesla,
Yes.
is that another image of the metal bars directly in front of the Tesla?
Yes, I'm trying to highlight the hairs to see if they'll be reflective in nature to get them to stand out a little more to show them.
What is
It's an image of the Tesla to that window.
what is that?
The establishing street of the location. So it's just an identifier for the location itself. It's South Alamo Street.
Got another photograph of the front and damage to that
It's
Tesla.
the other side, the passenger side, down low, the crush factor. I have no idea. I think that's the driver's license of the deceased individual. There should be another one that I've corrected, the overblown with the flash.
Got another photograph of the screen located inside of the Tesla.
Yes.
What is that?
That's another scene identifier for the location. It's Provant.
What is
So this is an overall, probably one of my initial first images overall of the scene as I approached the vehicle while EMS was on scene.
got another photograph of the driver's side of that motor vehicle?
Yes, it's with the camera.
Got another photograph of the screen inside of the Tesla?
Yes. I can't tell what the image is. It's overblown.
What
And
is
there's the corrected version of the driver's license.
it?
These are the clear glass eyeglasses that were found on the passenger side on the ground, just outside the passenger front tire.
What is it?
This is my approach onto the scene when EMS and fire were still there performing their functions.
What is it?
This is a close-up of the roadway evidence that was marked by TID on that concrete island area.
Got another photograph of rock cross down?
Yes, it is.
What is
So this is a long exposure, allowing the camera shutter to stay open longer so that I can get good visual light so that you can see the area in and around where the Tesla was at.
Here is this just another photograph of the eyeglasses?
Yes, it is.
Is that another overall of the intersection facing Brick at Blue Star?
Yes, it is.
What is,
So this is another approach for the roadway evidence being marked by TID lining up with the back passenger tire.
that another photograph of the roadway evidence that was identified?
Yes, it is. So this was a difficult shot to make because I not only had my own flash that I needed to deal with on a white subject, but I had the lighting from back behind as well as trying to gauge the overhead street traffic control lights so that it wouldn't be red or it wouldn't be green to distort it. So like the other image that I had there, it was a little hot. So I'm trying to make it to where it's a good image, but then also not have it be distracting because you'll see the darker marks, it's a little more apparent on my screen here. That would be the backlighting for my tripod and myself in that image. So I'm trying to make it as less visible so that the roadway evidence is standing out more.
That another photograph of the building and the final reference to the motor vehicle?
Yes, it is.
Another image of the passenger side of that seatbelt, is that correct?
Yes.
And what is the particular?
This is just another approach with the TID, the roadway evidence with TID's markings to the vehicle. Yes.
What is that?
That's another image of showing the tire marks, and unfortunately my foot. We tried to eliminate and not have that in there, but some shots you just can't help it.
What is?
So this is an image of the blue doors going into that building, the brick building, and then the croc shoe, its location.
Here is another photo of the intersection
Yes, it is.
and another one.
Yes, it is.
What is the?
This would be the roadway evidence on a portion of the center concrete island there.
Here, what is?
It's just another overall positioning of the vehicle to the brick wall, as well as fire and EMS being there.
And what is this?
It's another image of the brick building to the shoe that was found. Again, I'm trying to gauge because now on this side, I not only have the lights from the intersection, I've got EMS lights that are going for safety reasons that I try to just gauge an image. So within these, that's why there would be so many at times, because I'm trying to just gauge those lights and get the shot when those lights aren't in my directed area.
What is?
The injury to the deceased individual's head. Another approach of my approach of the roadway evidence painted by TID to the vehicle.
What is in that photo?
This would be the arm, I believe it's the left arm of the deceased individual.
Is that another photo of the crop that's located here in the Star building?
Yeah, so I'm trying to create a distance establishing photograph here. For this one, there should be another one that would be similar to it because I felt that I was too far off in my distance establishing. When we try to establish distances from something in a photograph, we try to be at the apex or imagine it. Can I approach it? So in order to establish it for distance, to make it a true and accurate depiction, I try to have my object of interest or item of evidence to a permanent or fixed area. So the concrete of this wall, and then you create a triangle and I position myself at the apex or at the bottom of that triangle, so that if it needs to be later on looked at for true distances, they can.
Is this another vantage point of your approach toward final rest of this family of people?
Yes, it is.
And what is depicted in that photo?
It's just another aerial or overhead shot of the individual, but it was too hot. That's why I had other images as well. The flash was too hot on his chest there.
Is that another vantage point of your approach toward people?
Yes, to include that concrete island.
That and overall of the area?
Yes, it is.
Another one of you approach people?
Yes, I'm trying to highlight going from the front edge of that curb on the concrete island over the crest of it and then onto the flat portion of the island.
Here, another overall of that final rest. Motor vehicle, is that correct?
Correct.
Is that another overall of the victim's face?
Yes, showing the image or the injuries to his face there.
And what is that?
This would be my establishing that triangle effect where I am in between both the building's edge to the left there, as well as the croc shoe.
Another overall of the rig at Police Star and then that white Tesla motor.
Yes, it is.
What is that?
This is just another of the portions of the 360 of me panning back around.
What is this?
So now I'm up on the concrete island there, looking back at those roadway evidence that was cresting from the edge of it over the crest and then onto the concrete itself.
That just another overall of the driver's side of that motor vehicle?
Yes, it is.
And a duplicate of that?
Yes.
What is
This is the damage to the bar at the window of the concrete building or the brick building, that lower ledge, and then the evidence identification number or placard.
that another overall of your approach to motor vehicle?
Yes, it is.
What is that?
That is the cell phone, the clear case that was there in the front driver's seat.
What is that?
It's just another image that I was taking from that corner to show the establishing the distance from where the location from where the Tesla vehicle was at to the croc shoe. And again, another one, I'm just trying to time the lighting with EMS and then highlighting it with my flashlight.
That just closer up of the giblets that you testified to previously?
Yes.
Another vantage point of the intersection, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, what is that?
So that is what we call our photo board. So that is how we establish chain of custody for these images that go to this case, which is SAPD case 23064673. The location is at South Alamo Street in Pro Rant. I've circled CSI. I'm not a detective. I'm circling the CSI portion. I'm the one doing the photographs. That's my name and badge number, 9415. On the date of 03/25 of 2023 at approximately 4:45 in the morning. The district, which is how we divvy up the city for patrol factors, would be District 2150. Camera number that I used was 16. The memory card is my SD card. I call them by 1, 2s, and 3s. So it's A for Angela, 1. And then the bottom number there is the CF number. It's just another inventory or cataloging number for dispatch on calls. And that identifier is 2023-0408-591.
What is depicted?
It's just another approach of the roadway evidence.
Another, another roadway evidence.
Yes, on the concrete island.
What is depicted?
That's a cell phone. That's me at the back of the vehicle looking back towards the intersection towards that concrete island again.
What is in this photo?
I was trying to take a picture of the driver's license for the victim. That's Jerry Leva's hand as he's pulling out a Bank of America card. We work in tandem. So as he's performing his examination, I'm kind of like paparazzi, to put it in a way that you could understand it. I'm just taking photographs as he's pulling stuff out.
And previously you had mentioned the medical examiner, is that the person that takes custody of the body from the crime scene when there's a deceased individual?
Yes, they have full custody of that body. Outside of EMS or any medical performing actions, no one touches the body except for once they've been rendered deceased, the medical examiner. This is just another area where I'm highlighting with my flashlight of the passenger side and its location to the crime scene. This is just an overall image of the front passenger side of the vehicle with my numerical placards placed on the areas of items of evidence I'll be collecting. An overall of the deceased individual. This time you'll notice that we have even color throughout, exposure throughout the image. I don't have that hot spot on the chest. You can see if there's any defects there in those areas.
What is that?
This would just be something that was found in the wallet of the deceased individual by the medical examiner. Eric M. Moody.
But you don't know what that is.
You can go back and go look at it. Yeah.
Sustained.
You know what it is?
By looking at the top of it, it's called an Operation Game Thief Report. Poaching 24 hours. It looks like some kind of a hunting license, perhaps.
And then what is depicted in this?
So the other images of the identifier for the license plate of the vehicle were overblown, as you saw. So this is where I've corrected that image so it's not overblown.
It's just another photograph of one of the tires. People.
Correct.
So I guess in all of the photos that we reviewed, that's not quite 301 that's taken, but we feel that photos that we reviewed are kind of a gist of this crime scene as we kind of observed it on the day of.
From what we've seen so far, yes.
Judge, at this time, I'll pass the witness to the first copy exhibit.
Defense.
Very good, Judge. So you've taken a whole bunch of pictures here. I think your testimony. You've taken a whole bunch of pictures here. And I think your testimony was that you've used your flash and your flashlight and other means to try and manipulate the light, is what we see. Is that correct?
I wouldn't call it manipulate. That's a dirty word in CSI work, is to say manipulate. We're not manipulating that camera. To manipulate means that we're altering it to affect that the state of what we're taking a picture of is not what we're taking a picture of. I have I adjust the lighting just as if like the natural light of an eye, when you come from say inside a dark area, say you're at a bar or it's really dark at night, and then you go into a bright area. So it takes you a moment for your eyes to kind of adjust, and you blink so that your pupils are contracting and whatnot, or constricting. I'm doing that same thing with the camera by either applying more light in the areas where it's dark, or if there's too much light, say you have the lights from the traffic control devices of the street lights or the EMS lights, I'm allowing it to either have a faster shutter speed or a slower shutter speed.
And how do you adjust the shutter speed?
That's done in the camera.
Do that yourself? Or
Yes.
is that something that's automatic?
No, we do that ourselves. I shoot in manual mode. I do not shoot in, I don't allow the camera to have operation of or take control of the images.
So the images we see are that you're creating through shutter speed and the amount of light that's used, correct?
And aperture and ISO settings, yes.
Stops, things like that?
Yes. Mhm.
All right. Some of the pictures that we saw, you said, showed that they were kind of hot. In other words, there was too much light, correct?
Yes, they're overexposed.
Some of the pictures I saw looked like it was daylight out.
Correct.
Was that an accurate depiction of what it looked like that night?
Those images are perspective images in order to see additional details that we may not have been able to see in the darker areas of the images. That's one reason why we have so many images, is because I'm showing the as the scene is, so the true and accurate representation of the darkness of the scene. And then I'm allowing my shutter to stay open longer. So it'd be like blinking a lot and really opening up your eyes wide and allowing your eyes to adjust to all the light coming in. And then you can start seeing things in the area. The camera's doing that same thing.
Some of the pictures that you took are there to gather detail,
Correct.
and other pictures were there to show the way it really looked.
Correct.
How is the jury supposed to differentiate which pictures are which?
Well, the ones that are overblown would be ones where I've allowed that shutter to stay open longer. And then the ones that are just taken immediately, where they are darker, those would be more accurately representing the crime scene as it was that night and how dark it was.
So the darker pictures are more accurate of how it really looked that night.
Correct. They can also view the metadata if they have that ability to do so that you could see how long my shutter is staying open for.
There's a question in there about the bullet hole or any gunshot investigation. Just to reiterate, you didn't do any investigation with regard to the gunshots that were that night.
No, I did not. I didn't observe anything that would warrant any additional on my end.
Vertical shell casings, anything like that in this area?
We did around the intersection area. We did, but we didn't find anything, so we moved on.
Anything further up the street?
I did not go further up the street, no.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I've got. Thank you.
All right, any,
No further questions, and keep it skater.
all right, is this witness excused? All right, the rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone until this case has been concluded, and you're not allowed to view anything.
Okay.
All right, and so if you'll leave the exhibits with the court reporter, and if you'll remove your microphone.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard some evidence in this case. You're not allowed to discuss anything. You're not allowed to view anything about this case. You're not allowed to discuss anything about this case. Does everyone understand? Don't even think about this case outside this courtroom. Does everyone understand? All right, tomorrow we're going to start at 10 a.m. And so with the parking situation, the same number of jurors that were brought up when you were first brought up in the basement, that's going to be the same number of jurors that are brought up tomorrow. So you'll need to plan accordingly. The reason why we're starting at 10 is because I have a couple of cases that are unrelated to this matter that I need to take care of. And once those are done, we'll start with this trial. All right. Any questions before I release you for today? All right, everyone, please rise for the jurors. I would, if y'all will please confer with court reporter to make sure she has all of the exhibits.